Hello and welcome to the Unit 2 Lesson 1 tutorial. Today we're going to be talking about angles, and we're going to be learning all about the different ways that we can make an angle. So first off, we need to know the definition. Angles is a figure formed by two rays with the same endpoint. And I'm going to show you guys a picture of that in a moment. But just so that you know, a couple more terms that we're going to be using when we talk about angles is vertex. Vertex is the common endpoint. So when we make these two rays that have the same endpoint, that endpoint is going to be common. And then the sides are going to be the actual rays that make up the angle. So let me go ahead and just draw you guys a diagram. First, like we said, angle is a figure formed by two rays. So we're going to draw two rays. And I'm going to put in a point A, and that point right there is going to be considered the vertex. So basically the vertex is the sharp point. And then notice that for the vertex it's the common endpoint. So these rays are coming straight out of A. And then the sides are going to be the actual rays themselves. And so we can name those side B and side C. So I've got ray AC as one of the sides and ray AB as the other side. Now I do want to show you how to name an angle, just like we had to learn how to name a line, if you guys remember. In order to name a line, we had to have two letters, and then we had to have the double arrow on top of it. So very similarly, we're going to have to name an angle, and there's going to be a couple different ways we can do that. If there's only one angle that's happening, so we only have one endpoint, one vertex, and only two rays shooting out, then we can simply call this angle A. And a lot of times, for me, you can either make this kind of slanted L, which is a representation of an angle. Sometimes people might put an arc in there, just so it doesn't look like an L in their writing. That's the way I do it, so feel free to do it that way. But sometimes, like let's say if I have another ray coming out, if I call that angle A, I don't know if I'm talking about this angle right here or if I'm talking about this angle right here. So to help distinguish that, sometimes we're going to have to put in three letters. So let's say that this point, let me go ahead and name this ray as ray AD. So if I wanted to distinguish, I want to talk about angle BAD, I'm going to have to use those three letters. I'm going to use the two letters that are the sides, and then the vertex is going to be the middle letter. So in order to name this, I'm going to call it angle BAD. And I can switch that around a little bit. I can call this, rather than BAD, I can call it DAB. But remember that the A must be in the middle. The vertex, where the angle all comes together, is going to be in the middle. So this could also be called DAB, but there's no other way I can arrange those letters. Now the way that we measure an angle is with degrees. And degrees is basically the unit of measure. It's kind of like saying feet or inches, but we use degrees with angles. And for a circle, a circle is 360 degrees. And the way you write the degree symbol, I just put it up here, is with a small circle that's above all of the numbers. So that's how we write the degree measurement. So if I want to say that, for instance, an angle is equal to 20 degrees, so the measure of the angle is 20 degrees, let me show you how I'll actually write that. I'm going to put M, because M stands for measure, so the measure of angle A equals 20 degrees. So that's how the actual way that I'm going to write my answer. So let's go ahead and get started with some problems.